Today on the channel, the Sivrock 26x4 electric mountain bike, Amazon special, under $1,000 for 1,000 watts. Let's check it out next on Crisscrossed. Alright, so another Amazon special for you today. This one comes in at $849, and you get 1,000 watts for under $1,000. It's a pretty good deal. I'll put a link in the description, so check that out if you want to pick one of these up. I think it's a great little minimalist, basic, kind of quick e-bike. It's got really good torque to it. We'll get into that in the specs in a second. But you can't go wrong with a price like this. Yes, it has mechanical brakes. They do work well though. But it has kind of minimalist design here. It's kind of stealthy, actually. It's pretty bare bones, and you can't really tell it's an e-bike too much. So let's get into the specs and talk more about what this e-bike has to offer. Let's start with the battery. The charge port is on the top tube of the e-bike, as you can see here. Just a simple flick of that cover will unveil it. And looking at a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery hidden here in the down tube. So there is a plate under here where the battery looks like it's shoved in there. So I'm assuming the controller's in here as well. But let's look at it. The Sivrock is rocking 26x4 CST big fat tires, pretty ubiquitous there. Here's a look at the handlebar system with those grips and mechanical disc brake levers. We'll come back to some of the other specs here, but you're looking at a full twist throttle, which is a really nice feel. I like how that feels compared to the quarter size ones. But there's a horn there button on the right side as well. Color display, we'll come back to that. And a pretty minimalist looking e-bike, as I mentioned in my opener. Here's a look at that 1,000 watt rear hub motor. It's kind of unbranded. There's no name on it, but it's not too loud, so happy with the noise coming out of it. And no fenders, of course, so you're just getting a bare bones e-bike here. Here's that look. Hardtail, of course. Definitely want to switch out that saddle if you can. And you do have a front light there, which is just a very basic light. You've got reflectors on the tires, so I'm going to take off actually. But it's still not a bad looking e-bike once you pull it out of the box here. So it's very, mountain bike-ish type of look, style. You're into that. And that's what they were going for here, I think. They wanted to create just a fat tire version of a electric mountain bike here. There's some front shocks. They're decent. I did not bottom them out yet, so they seem to have decent enough travel. We're looking at 180 millimeter rotors here on the brakes on both wheels. And again, you're rocking mechanical disc brakes on the Sivrock. And finally, a set of metal pedals here. I think they're Welgos. They're pretty big and beefy, and should serve you well on the e-bike. And here's a look at that color but basic display. Does have voltage, which is a nice touch in terms of the data you get. Odometer, of course, trip data, battery bars, all that good stuff. All right, e-bikers, we're on this Sivrock 26-inch electric mountain bike. It doesn't really have a model name, it's just Sivrock. I think it's probably their only bike, maybe. But it's kind of interesting. I think it's for sale on Amazon, $849. So pretty cheap price for 1,000 watt. And this thing's got some great torque in it. I'll show you on the hill later, but we're working with a full twist throttle up here on the handlebar system, and pretty hard grips. They actually do move a little bit. Same control pad is electric. Kind of the same display mostly. It's color, but it's a little dark right now. I gotta figure out how to adjust the brightness because it's pretty dark in the sunlight. Shimano 7 speeds and a horn. So let's wait for these cars and we'll go do some speed tests. It's a hardtail, but I did throw my on my suspension seat post on here to be a little more comfortable. I'm leaned over, but it's not too bad. The handlebars stick out a little bit. All right, throttle is limited by the PS level, so here's PS1. We are doing, there we go, kicks in, 6, 7, 8, 9 miles an hour. PS2, we're doing 12. PS3, 15. PS4, 19.8. PS5, 22, 23, 24. Kind of maxed out there. Let's try this again. PS5. There you go. It's kicking in. 23, 24.2. Yeah, as far as I can get, 24.2. The description said 25 miles an hour, but I guess they intended this for off-roading, so you're not going to go 30 miles an hour off-roading. I mean, you could, but this thing has 85 newton meters of torque, so it's really good going uphill. The motor's loud, but it's not that loud. I wouldn't call it noisy. All right, let's do a throttle only run. We're almost at a full charge, not quite, but 22, 23, 24. There you go. 24 on throttle only. Oh, it's cruise control. It just locked in place here. So I'm on cruise control, no hands. Pretty balanced e-bike. Hit the brakes. All right, let's go try a hill test and see how it does. All right, here we go. Throttle only test to start. Good pickup off the line there. We're at 8 miles an hour, climbing 9. And construction's going on. We're at 10. Thing's climbing 11 miles an hour. Just good power off the line there up a hill. We're at 13, still climbing. 13.9. There's 14. All right, I'm gonna start pedaling here. Oh, we're in cruise control again. That cruise control really, right after a few seconds at the same speed, it kicks right in. I'm in PS5, I'm in gear 3. Wow, and this thing is, I'm actually just like ghost pedaling. I need to bring the gears up. I don't even need that gear down. There we go, 13. This is the steeper part of the hill, 12.8, 12.7, 12.5, 12.2. There's 12.1, there's 12, 11, 11 miles an hour. That was it. Minimum speed uphill. 1,000 watt motor. Excellent result from that. Let's give it one more hill test. This really steep one right here. It's a short but steep hill. I think it's like a good 12% grade, something like that. With that fire extinguisher, that yellow thing is, it's kind of steep right here. So 8, 7, 6. Holding steady at 6.1, and I'm climbing again. So never went below 6 miles an hour on this really short but steep hill here. Gaining speed now. All good. Excellent power from this Sivrock. You know, for an Amazon e-bike, that's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. Let's test out the brakes down here. I'm gonna tap them a bit because this is a really steep corner. Yeah, they're mechanical, but they actually grip pretty well. So they're pretty dialed in out of the box on this version. All right, let's do a downhill run and we'll wrap things up. Okay, you know the drill. No power. I'm just gonna coast. think this bike weighs about 70 pounds, so it's not, you know, it's heavy, but it's not really heavy. $20 miles an hour. $25. I'm gonna catch up to this car really quick. Oh, I gotta slow it down here. I was gonna blow past that car if I wanted to. I can't do my top speed downhill here, but I think you get the idea. It's pretty stable. It's 26. And hit the brakes. All right. Yeah, for mechanicals, this thing stops pretty well. All right, here's your Sivrock 26x4. It's kind of a minimalist, fat tire electric mountain bike. I kind of like how the battery is integrated into the frame there. You can't take it out, but I don't really care. I garage all my e-bikes anyway, so I don't really care if it's not removable. Some of you might, but there's a 15 amp hour battery in here, 48 volt, pretty long down tube here, and that's pretty good. I like the overall looks, for solid. It's a solid little e-bike for $849. Everything works fine out of the box. It's on the lighter side at 70 pounds versus 75 with some of the other bigger fat tires, 26x4s. I like the full grip twist throttle up here. I even kind of like these little black shifters versus the silver ones. It's got that nice simple display pad there, the control pad, and I kind of like how the charge port is right here on top of the e-bike, easy access for you. So a price, just minimalist looks. It's kind of a bare bones, beater e-bike you can take, and that power really is the story here. That 1,000 watt motor with 85 newton meters of torque is just fantastic on this e-bike. So I'm going to turn your derailleur back here. Now the gearing here is pretty small. I'm not sure what this is. I'm assuming it's a 14 to 28. That's a pretty small chain ring here. Definitely probably needs a bigger one. Probably get more top speed too with a, maybe a 48 tooth. This looks like a 42 maybe. Even maybe a 36, I'm not sure. But I think you could easily put a bigger chain ring on here. It should have some clearance for that. All your wiring's down here. That's okay. But I think what else I don't like, the top speed. Being 1,000 watt, I'd love to see this thing go 28 miles an hour, like a true class 3. I think they were aiming towards it more being an off-road bike, so they maybe think about the top speed there. But this display is it's kind of similar to electric. It's got voltage in there. Right now I'm at 48.6. Mechanical disc brakes, yeah, okay, but they actually work pretty good. But they're gonna have to be maintained over time. But for other than that, it's a decent e-bike, guys. Look, there are a growing number of Amazon e-bikes out there that you can buy that work just fine. And these things sell because they're so cheap. Yeah, they're not going to last you, years of use probably. But if you need something quick and dirty and cheap from Amazon in a week or less, then stuff like this is there for you. So if you do want one of these, use my link in the description. How about the channel? I do want a small commission for every e-bike I sell with these links, so appreciate that. And I think this is actually, if I had to buy this bike, I wouldn't be disappointed. It does what it says it does, and for the price, really, you can't go wrong. So.